I'm up! Reloading! I can't do this. I couldn't do that. I'm up! Bang, reloading!
Hello.
Okay, my name is Huckathy, but you might know me as the Magazine Boy.
Magazine boy!
And this here is my buddy, Micro.
Monkeys are the best animals, and if you don't like monkeys, fuck you.
Today on P&W Gorilla, we're gonna talk about weapon choices and really what you wanna prioritize when choosing a weapon. A lot of what we got here is not necessarily what you're gonna want for a fight. Such as this Red Ryder BB gun. I have this more for a demonstration as, if this is all you have right now, you can practice your marksmanship skills with it. You could hunt small game. Rats are probably the biggest thing you're gonna wanna shoot. Probably not gonna be able to take squirrels with this. I will give you a quick demonstration on a steel target. Yeah, you're definitely not gonna wanna get in a gunfight with this.
No siree.
But like I said, if this is all you have right now, you can actually get some use out of it. And this line right here, we have a lineup of cheap, easy to obtain, to more expensive. It just goes up and up. And sadly, our Mosin is almost towards the expensive side, which is kind of sad.
Milsurp is a bitch.
Yes. Anywho, next up in the line, this is a, oh man, what is it? Hatson Edge. This is a 25 caliber break barrel rifle here. It fires a 20 grain projectile at about 700 feet per section. I will show you real quick. Those are a little bit bigger than your standard 177. Simply just break the action. Now, like I said, same with the Red Ryder, probably not gonna wanna get in a gunfight with this. You're probably going to die. But it has enough energy to kill small game, and it's decently quiet. Let's see here. Ooh. A little bit more oomph, still pretty quiet.
For the record, I have personally seen that rifle take down squirrels and rabbits. It is effective for small game hunting, however, not really a combat rifle.
No, not at all.
Everything has their purpose though.
That being said, price point for something like that, about $100 or more. This one was $100. That was a couple years ago, might be a little bit more. But air rifle technology has gotten crazy. All right.
I didn't fuck you, Wookie.
What's up?
It's my ammo, so don't worry about it, but fuck. There you.
Okay.
This is what we're using to train the reload drills.
There's a cut, and then I'm fiddling with this, and then a pawn shop find. I actually got it at a muzzleloading supply store. $100 used. It is a 50 cal muzzleloader. I'll show you a quick demonstration of the loading and firing of this weapon. I have my powder flask here and a powder measure. I just like the bandolier, but I have all my reloading components here. Micro, hold this real quick. Very tactical. Always have your battle buddy hold your rifle while reloading. Now, if you're actually going to use this in any kind of hunting capacity, get a preloaded cartridges. Load your powder, your ball, all together in cartridges. Just shove it down the muzzle there, but I don't have that because I don't spend a lot of money on this stuff. It's more of a hobby for me.
Tally ho, redcoat.
Almost there. Running out of powder. Up. There we go.
Powder? I barely know her.
Just enough powder for one more load.
But of course.
Of course.
Pour that powder down.
Can I play with it?
You want to shoot it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Would you like to continue?
Why, but of course. I saw
Finish
how you
up
did
here.
it last time. Where's that little waddy wad at?
What?
Now that we are running a black powder weapon, we must be the British who first came to these lands. Why do I hear banjo music? Anyways, I'm sure it's nothing.
Rule Britannia!
Balls. Balls.
Okay, yep, start that down with your thumb.
And pull this bitch out and just fucking whee!
There we go.
And you just fucking slam her in there.
Yeah, get it really compact in there.
Hope to God it don't go off while you're doing it, because I like this hand.
Well, there you go. Give it kind of a... Really get it down in there.
Whee! Just jumping. Why don't you treat me like that?
Well...
Now, a percussion cap. What are these percussion caps made out of, actually? Is it essentially just the kind of the same construction as a modern primer?
That I'm not sure of. It's in half cock, you just gotta get it in there.
Fingers are fucking cool.
Make sure it seats on there. I don't really know what the priming compound is. It's probably very similar to a modern primer. In fact, a lot of these muzzleloaders use a 209 shotgun primer, so they are quite the same. These are never 11 caps.
Gotcha.
Well, you probably just shoot it normally. Okay. There was a fireball on the steel. I believe this was your shot.
Fuck!
Maybe.
You got fucked up.
No, that's a... I don't know, actually.
Fucked up.
It flashed. It was weird. You could always do the New York reload. Bang. Ditch it. Grab your other one that's preloaded. Bang. For $100.
Just recreate the Patriot.
Yes.
Have like fucking 5 of these staged across the woods.
You could do that.
Works.
Another thing with these, they're very easy to get. Especially in America, it's the same as a pellet gun. You can get them fairly easily. They're fairly cheap, $100. You saw it function. It works, $100. Reloading compound, components there, you're probably spending like what? I'd say for 100 rounds,
Hell.
maybe $50 to $60 for 100 rounds of components. It's probably more. These weapons are designed for a very specific powder and powder load. So you're gonna have to do your research on what kinds of powder you can use and the exact amounts, grainage of the powder. That is very important too. You have to know what you're doing with these or you could potentially hurt yourself.
Oh, of course. Either way, beautiful weapon.
Very much so.
I want one.
Absolutely. The muzzleloading store has another one for $150 in better condition.
Monkeys are the best animals, and if you don't like monkeys, fuck you. Get that pouch that you're holding them percussion
Oh,
caps
the
in.
ODGG store, of course.
Well, but of course.
Of course. Seat that cap on there. Make sure that cap is actually seated. Okay? In this whole process, the hammer is on half cock, so we're safe. It's not going to accidentally end you. We're not going to accidentally blow our heads off. So always follow the steps when loading black powder. Okay. There we go. Full cock. Let's see if I could wake up the Mr. Gong. Oh no! That happens a lot. So as you can see, the cap didn't go off. We're going to try again. There we go. So a lot of times with percussion cap, that will happen. The cap simply just wasn't seated on all the way. I tried to get it on there, but it must be dirty. Like I said, it's used. This is why we wear eye protection with black powder. Because that could shrapnel get in your face, your eye, so very splendid.
Very splendid.
Mark II.
Mark II. Thank you. I'm thinking model for some fucking reason. 22 bolt action rifle. Great plinker. Great first gun for your kids. Amazing for hunting squirrels, plinking, all kinds of good shit. This is a bit of a Gucci model. It's got the nice bulky stock, fluted bull barrel. I believe this is an 18-inch. Believe so. And a thread up here for a suppressor. Loads of neat shit. You can pick up the base model of this for around $200 to $300. rim fires are definitely useful. It's a very underestimated caliber. People think they're shit, but they're really not. And you can use it from small game hunting to some combat. It's not necessarily a fighting rifle, but it definitely works. So, I'm sure you've seen 22s firing before. Let's take these fuckers off because I can't see shit for dick. That didn't steal.
No.
Shopping's a zero. Put it on someone
Get the
else.
dirt off your cartridges.
Talk about it later. Get the dirt off your cartridges.
Oh no, a baddie.
Oh no, it's a squirrel with a gun.
We're gonna make this shot. We will continue. Excuse-moi.
Why, but of course.
Of course.
On the bracket,
I'm gonna
This
clean up
is-
these 22s.
personal one of mine. Mossberg 500. These are it's an extremely common shotgun. MSRP is around $400 new, $250 used, something along the lines of that. It's a reliable workhorse.
A few moments later.
Cut. And then, bang. Buck's fucking dead. Aftermarket ship for it, like Streamlight TLR rack. Fucking love this thing, 1,000 lumens. Kind of cheapo sling, but it's a sling. And a moment here, if you're setting up any rifle that you intend to fight with, weapon light, sling. Doesn't matter what you're using, doesn't matter where you think you're gonna bring it, weapon light, sling. Fucking remember that. Anyways, shotguns are one of the most versatile firearms on the planet. Basically, every homeowner is going to have a shotgun. Doesn't matter if you're a high-speed guy, and it is just an effective weapon. So I'm gonna do a little 1R1 type shit here. So let's say you're in a drill and you're fighting off bucks, because buckshot, and oh no, you're out of ammo. And another buck's coming for you. So you just really quick fucking put that down, put that in, lock it forward, and then bang. Buck's fucking dead.
Foot bucks don't wear body armor, says the president.
Well, see, the buck's far away, you got yourself a slug. Drop your slug in there, rack it forward, buck front. Oh, fuck. Safety's help. Buck front. Monkeys are the best animals, and if you don't like monkeys, fuck you.
Make sure that's actually fully in a battery. See, that's the ring we need, and I knocked over the steel too. But yes, shotguns can be effective for hunting. There are better options for the price point, especially that you're gonna put into a shotgun for defense, for fighting, for guerrilla warfare, whatever. And we will go over those next options.
Probably for the best. I'm kind of retarded.
Hi, patrons! You get to see this part. I'm not talking specifically about the weapons we have here. A lot of these weapons are to represent, such as this. We have a Mosin Nagant. Yes, this represents most milsurp rifles and even other modern production bolt-action rifles that you might find. Now, a while ago, unfortunately not today, you used to be able to pick these guys up for very cheap. Same with SKSs and the likes. So what that means.
I would say the modern equivalent to a Nagant as far as price range goes is the Italian 6.5 Carcano. Because those, like, fair condition goes for around $300, which is still a fuck compared to these things like 10 years ago for like 80 bucks. But it's a functional rifle with apparently really bad sights, but a functional rifle for 300 bucks. It's a start,
Indeed.
Especially if you like milsurp, you can get straight into that.
Anyway, my point is, a lot of people have these rifles because at one point they were so cheap. There was so many. People bought them by the crate load. So it's not uncommon at all to come across a rifle like this. You might inherit a rifle like this. Your grandpa might just have a rifle like this. It's just a very common rifle that you're probably going to come across. And it is a very important talking point because this is a valuable tool. People have won wars with this rifle. Same with the black powder. Now, That black powder is very outdated technology. You could argue this is outdated technology. But it all has a use. Hunting, even defense, even some sort of marksmanship role, what have you. Do we have 7.62x54R? We don't have any 7.62x54R.
We didn't bring out 7.62.
Okay, I will pretend to shoot this. Edit this in.
Bang!
For Stalingrad!
Monkeys are the best animals, and if you don't like monkeys, fuck you. Pick up the next rifle. Pick it up, please.
Why?
Because I want you to hold it.
Okay.
So, for what I'm going to say here, this right here is a modern, loose clone of a M16. You know, it's not exact clone correct. We're poor. It's why we're here. But so back in the 1970s, the strongest army in the world, the most powerful army in the world, went to fight a bunch of rice farmers. They had this. This one isn't, but at the time is an automatic rifle with 30 round magazines capable of doing a whole hell of a lot more, a whole hell of a lot faster, and more accurately. The guys they were fighting, they were armed with these. The Mosin Nagant, a rifle that was made in the fucking 1800s. The guys using these fucking won.
There are more than just winning the gunfight.
That, the Viet Cong armed with Mosins, and in more recent years, the global war on terror, insurgent organizations, not using solely Mosins, but still using them, using weapons of a previous war that are by all means outdated, rusted out, a complete piece of shit that a first world country wouldn't even touch. They were winning these fights because they had an understanding of land navigation, they had an understanding of small unit tactics, they had an understanding of everything except for good quality weapons. But they won. They won a war of attrition against the largest military in the world. So, just because someone is rocking a poverty pony, just because someone is rocking a bolt-action rifle that was made 50 years ago, does not mean they are non-combatant. It does not mean they are not non-lethal. Anyways.
Yes. The man with a Mosin is most certainly a threat to anyone. The man with a black powder percussion cap rifle is most certainly, with good cardio, yes, good cardio, in shape, knows the land, knows how to track, knows how to hide, how to camouflage, how to mask his scent. All these things. A good, skilled woodsman, an outdoorsman, hunter, whatever you want to call him, with a black powder rifle is most certainly well suited to be a combatant. Because it only takes one shot to fucking ring your bell and lights out. Takes one shot.
So just a neat little tidbit about the Mosin that I like is the fact that the main thing holding it back is the barrel. And a lot of modern conflicts, they're still using Mosins that are like 50 years old, but they'll get the barrel out of a PKM light machine gun and just shove it in there and it'll fucking run, which I love. Anyways, put this baby down.
Going into our next weapon here. This is a... Oh man, there's a lot of different stuff in here. Price point for this, I've put this together for 850 bucks or so, maybe 900 or so. It has a couple additions here. It's 20-inch barrel. It has Aero Precision lower, CMMG parts kit, internals in the trigger. At the upper, I think is Aero. It's just kind of a neat, handy rifle. Now, you might notice, yes, I have a sling. I don't have a weapon light. A weapon light is very crucial to anything you're doing with a rifle. Half of the time, of all time, is nighttime. So it is dark half of the time. Now, yes, winter, different seasons, it's gonna fluctuate. But half of the time, of all time, is nighttime. So that's just something you gotta remember. Proper target ID is important.
This right here is my rifle. I honestly built this my first try. She fucking works. I have mostly Magpul furniture with the stock grip and vertical grip right here. I really like it for the whole, C-clamp and shit. I have used my iron sights. I've done a bit of work with them, but I much prefer a red dot because, left eye dominant, fucky shit, red dots are absolutely wonderful. And a lot of people, not anymore, back when LPVOs were a massive deal, people were like, oh, red dot, you can't hit shit. I've landed shots on targets at 300 yards using a fucking red dot. It's 2 MOA. It works. And so a neat thing about that is my buddy Huck over there was just talking about green tips and how he only has green tips. I only have green tips as well. But another thing that helps while training poor is right here. A CMMG 22 conversion kit. These are not the most reliable, but they fucking work. And it is a great tool for just going through the reps, learning weapon manipulation, so on and so forth. You just slide your bolt out, make sure your charging handle doesn't fuck you, put this bitch in, and she's good to go. I'm just gonna toss this in a little dumpy pouch. I have weapon art because I'm bored and I like paints. Just load it up with a 10 round magazine and 22s. Slap the bitch in. Do that. Functions like a fucking dream. This isn't good for trying to do, long-range marksmanship or anything like that, but it's great for just going through the reps, doing, react to contact drills. When you're not actually firing at anything from long range, or accuracy doesn't matter. It's more just how you move your rifle, and speed is more important. And I've also taken down a couple of squirrels with this thing. It's a great little thing you can bring into the mountains with you in case you don't want, a little bunny rabbit to eat a green tip. Fucking love this thing. And there she is. That's the end of it. Beautiful weapon. Fucking love this thing. As I said, it's slightly more expensive than Huck's rifle there. I've put about $1,200 into this thing. Thing about it is I've put that money in over about 2 years. I just buy little piece after little piece. I have a Isley trigger in here. Absolutely beautiful. Fucking love it. But this is what I feel a standard rifle should be. If you got a little bit of money to use, strive to build something like this. It's just enough for what you need. And it runs reliably. I've never had any problems. I fucking love this thing.
Another thing I'd add too,
yes.
This rifle, with the addition of the 22 bolt, this rifle can essentially do everything else we just showed you. This one rifle can perform all of those other tasks. So you could hunt with it, you could defend yourself with it. You can do so many different things with just this one general purpose rifle. Now, it's not the one all be all. That doesn't exist. There are different rifles that are better for different jobs than that rifle is. But how versatile it is, for the amount of money you're putting into it, it's definitely worth it.
And the one thing about it that matters the most is that this is a nice rifle. It has functioned well, and I fucking love it. It is worthless without training. It is worthless without knowledge of bounding and fieldcraft and all these other things that keep you alive.
Yes. If
realistically, you're probably not going to get into a whole lot of gunfights. And those 200,000 green tips you have stashed away that you dropped several $1,000s on are going to go to waste. Especially if some kid with a Mosin rolls up, clocks your ass, and now he's got all your shit.
Bubba with his Mosin.
Bubba with his Mosin.
Bubba with his
fucking
Mosin.
Archangel stock and like 7N6 or whatever the hell they're using.
I mean, if he's a good woodsman, good physical fitness, knows what he's doing.
Hell, Bubba's fat as fuck. He grew up hunting in the woods. He knows how to be quiet and mask his scent.
Hey,
You're fucking dead because Bubba.
I've seen big boys have great cardio.
This bitch costs more than my car. Which ain't saying much, but fucking A, boys.
How much money is that you're holding there?
Well, that's about $800. That's an amount. This is definitely an amount. Spence,
No. It's space-age technology. It fell from space.
Okay, so since this is my rifle,
Oh, that would make sense.
Everything you just said went out the door.
Everything I just said didn't exist.
You have to cut that whole part out. But patrons, don't worry. You still saw it.
Okay, so this optic alone, with the mount, you're looking at about $400. This is a 4x12 Vortex, and then I have the 507C on a Strike Industries protector mount. I really like these. I've dropped my rifle multiple times. Rifles get dropped. That when you drop your rifle, you don't have to worry about, a smaller optic, because this is a smaller optic, and let's be real, if it's smaller, it doesn't matter how good of a design it is, things break. As you can see right here, I have already broken, well, I guess cracked the top of this. but it still functions. This is a PAC 4C. It is a IR only full power laser. The Army used to use these back in like the 70s era-ish. These are becoming very difficult to find. Right here I have the M600 V Surefire. Now I have the old torch head on this. Usually if I'm doing any night vision work, I'll actually swap out the head for the other one that I have that has IR and white, which I really enjoy that Surefire actually makes things that, you know, you can go back and forth with. But for the Surefire Scout with IR function, you're looking at about $400 or $500, depending on what accessories and tail caps you have on here. Hell, this one light bar is like $80 alone. And then as far as the internals go, this is all stock. I really like OEM. Now, when I say internals, I'm talking specifically the trigger. This is also a Colt magazine. So BCM bolt, I highly recommend. First thing you want to do with an AR-15.
Monkeys are the best animals, and if you don't like monkeys, fuck you.
Before you buy an optic, before you buy a laser, upgrade the bolt and get a white light. That would be the two first things that I do with any rifle is upgrade the bolt, get a white light. So when I first bought this rifle, actually, it was bubbaed the fuck out. It was absolutely disgusting. It was the Magpul MOE kit, and it had the Magpul stock, and it had the Magpul, not hating on Magpul furniture, but I'm just not a fan. The BCM handguard itself is like, I want to say like $300. So roughly, and the standard rifle itself is about $1,200 these days. So we'll put up the number here on the screen.
Right there on the screen.
Whatever this number is. Yeah, all things said and done, this is the most expensive rifle here. But you know, like they were saying, Micro's rifle is gonna work. You don't need to go this Gucci. You don't really even need an offset red dot. I just like it. I enjoy being able to go from far to close, far, close. Is it necessary? No, not really. It's not technically. You know, unless you're running night vision, which, let's be real, it's good to have night vision. And like they were saying, you know, white light is everything, but you know, you're probably not going to use night vision a whole lot. Shit hits the fan. You're probably going to be focusing more on feeding your fucking family.
Yes, feeding your family.
Here, I'll trade you.
Bloop. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I zoned out the whole time.
And
You
now-
cut that part out now, you hear?
And now we're gonna slap steel with green tips out of 20-inch. No? Yes? No?
I have a 20-inch. That's an 18.
Oh, it's 8. No, it's 16-inch.
That's 16.
That's a 16?
That's 16.
I don't need help putting it in. Is change your diet.
What he said.
Like I said before, there are a lot better ways to carry your muzzle loading supplies.
The most important thing about staying alive in a shit hits the fan, Civil War type scenario is physical fitness, knowledge of your environment, and an understanding of just basic tactics and know-how. You don't have to go shooting every time you go out and train. You don't have to, sit at home and self-loathe and be like, why can't I be more lethal? Learn how to do land nav. There's loads of classes online. YouTube can teach you fucking everything, and then just go get some buddies, plot some points, and then just start running that. Train land nav in your area. While you're at it, go hiking. Go into a spot you've never gone before. Learn about your operational area, your area of operation, where the fuck it is. Learn about your homeland.
Yes, that's another point, right?
Home field advantage.
If you're going to the grocery store and you have a couple hours, walk. Learn trails, pathways, walkways in your area because you may very well have to know, like, hey, I'm going to go to my friend's house. He's a couple miles away, you know, like 4 miles away. You can walk that easy. Why drive? Don't waste gas. Don't cause more congestion on the road. Get some exercise and actually learn about the area you live in so that you have a good understanding of where everything's at realistically in a walking distance. That's going to be a lot better than just having an expensive rifle.
I have a mission for every single person watching. Whenever you watch this video, within a week, I personally want you to load up a ruck with 35 pounds and just fucking walk a trail you haven't walked before near your house. Just go for a walk. Learn about the area you live in. Learn about trails, learn about possible places to stash things. Who knows what you need it for? Just fucking do it. Get out there and train. You don't have to do high-speed, expensive shit. You don't have to do fucking wild medical classes or, you know, shooting out of a fucking helicopter. Do what you can. And every little bit counts. Think of the big picture. Every fucking little bit counts.
There's a lot of things you can do with not a lot of money. It takes time and it takes effort. Now, yes, you don't need to take those classes. You don't need all of these things, but those are supplements. The same way I go to the gym. I go to the gym almost every day religiously because it's a priority for me. I go to rifle classes. I go to medical classes because it's a priority for me. All these things are a priority for me, and I take time out of my day, out of my week, to make sure I'm doing these things. It's just very important for us to make our priorities and stick to them. Find a routine. A routine's good. Having a routine to go to the gym, get in shape, watch some YouTube videos, find some classes in your area to take. Find some medical classes. You could go take an EMT class at most community college, I believe. I don't know how much they about cost, but this guy. You could find classes. Anything helps. More tools in your toolbox. This toolbox. This toolbox could come later. This toolbox is very important.
Also, another thing about it is...
I don't think we're supposed to acknowledge that.
I don't know. So on the daily basis, maybe not daily, but you should go to the gym. You're going to die.
Yes.
But insurgents throughout history with shit quality gear have won because they have the hearts and minds of their people. They know the lay of the land, and they got good fucking cardio. Monkeys are the best animals, and if you don't like monkeys, fuck you.
Oh no. I like chimps better.
Do you have anything to say about night vision, my friend?
I do have night vision. I have PVS 15s. I was kind of retarded and left them in the car over there.
Run, run, run. Cardio, cardio, cardio.
We're gonna do some cardio. Okay. Yes. Yes, I do have night vision. These aren't really the best quality. They're just some PVS 15s. They're kind of roughed up. Put $4,000 into them. Got a helmet here. Team Wendy, a couple $100. Surefire light with IR, another couple $100. So yeah, using night vision is good. Training with night vision is good. It's not the end all be all. And no, I don't keep that in my van all the time. I had it for this purpose to show you. Patrons, you're seeing this.
Patrons, you're seeing this.
Ah! Patrons, yeah, you know the drill. If it's what you got and it's what you can afford, you can make it work. I would recommend a Surefire, something like that.
Streamlights are definitely best.
Streamlight, Surefire, both of those. Everything I have for serious use has a Surefire Streamlight, one or the other. I used a no light for a long time. I've had problems with them, yes, but it was more with like the tape switch, and a tape switch, that's a whole different story.
Cool.
But yeah, the flashlight itself, it works. It works, it's cheap, and it's bright. That being said, still would recommend something a little bit better quality. We've gone over many weapons here, many valid options, some invalid options. It depends on what you're doing. Now, there is a third option. This is a party popper. You can get these at Safeway, about $3. Take the confetti out. Not something you're gonna want to use, but for $3, that golf ball went sailing. Bye-bye. I'm not saying do this. I'm just saying there's other options than conventional weapons. Always remember that. There's always improvised weapons. There's always improvised things. I'm not telling you, go do this. No. Just understand that just because someone can't just go buy an expensive rifle doesn't mean they're not a threat to you or a threat to your family or a threat to whoever. Improvised weapons exist. Always understand this.
There she is.
Huh.
Thing about it with handguns rather than long guns is definitely a perishable skill. And they're a lot harder to work with, especially at range, but just fucking work with what you got. You know, just train handguns, especially if you're doing everyday carry, especially if you seriously think that you're going to be using one of these in a life or death situation, constantly train it. Dry fire. Nothing about being poor. Nothing about training while poor. Ammunition is fucking expensive. A lot of people don't have, you know, the cash to buy 1,000 rounds of 5.56 and do a full range day. Either do a lot of research at home, look up drills you can do that give you a lot of good training with very little round count. 22 conversion kits, also a wonderful way of doing it, as well as dry firing. Every night, take 20 minutes and just go through your main weapons, kind of click, rack, put in new mags, swap magazines from like different positions, you know, prone on the ground, on your side, so on and so forth. You can go through a lot of reps pretty easy.
And just like we were saying before with physical fitness, find a routine, wake up at a certain time, go to the gym, or find a specific time that you prioritize to go to the gym or work out. It doesn't have to be at a gym. Go for trail runs. Trail runs are very good. We go on a lot of trail runs.
Wonderful.
A lot of trail runs.
Trail runs are fucking
in the dark, with and sometimes without red light. Sometimes just in the dark under moonlight.
Fuck is red light. But Huck, they say, you are out at night without night vision. Aren't you blind? How can you see?
We did get that one random stranger sneak up on
that was fucking
with night
awesome.
vision.
Yeah,
we were on
I
a
love
trail
that.
run. Guy just comes out of nowhere with nods. And I'm just like, hello.
Oh, whoa.
Just in the middle of a park in the middle of the night. We were on a trail run.
Nothing about it. 22 pistols. Not something you should go to first. I know that Heritage has 22 revolvers. They're definitely good for practicing just, you know, pistol shooting, stuff like that. This right here, like most of PNW's things, is Gucci as fuck, and I love it. But yeah, just little 22, a Ruger Mark V, I believe. Mark IV it is. And yeah, Hollow Sun Red Dot, because that's all you fucking need. Some sort of fancy flashlight, and a pickle. And now we're just gonna, for one, turn it on. That would help. This isn't my firearm. There it is. Right there is just demonstrating how useful a red dot can be. It is not essential on pistols, but if you have the ability to mount one and an extra $200-300, it is definitely a force multiplier.
I would like to add too, that was almost quieter than our 25 cal air rifle. And that's a 40 grain projectile, twice as big, going a lot faster. I'd say a couple hundred feet per second faster out of a pistol barrel. So it, for what it is, you know, it costs more money. It could do more things. But that being said, there's lower costing options that can still accomplish hunting and survival needs.
It is not an essential item, however, it has a purpose.
Yes. Force multiplier. It is a force multiplier.
Wrap it up. My phone's almost dead.
Well, you know what? We'll be dead.
We'll be dead if we don't train. Right now,
Yes.
do 25 fucking push-ups. if
We'll
you're
do 'em
watching
together.
this. Okay,
It's
we'll
like
do 'em
Dora.
together. Hola, my name is Dora. Anyways,
Every time you eat junk food, every time you play video games, think, are my priorities met? We talked about priorities. Meet those priorities. Earn those little happy things like junk food. Earn those little happy things like watching movies and playing video games. You have to train yourself. You have to have discipline.
your 9 to 5 is not a reason to pig out.
Don't,
Do something productive.
yes,
It can be small,
yes.
but make sure you earn it.
Yep. Your 9 to 5 is the bare minimum. That's nothing extra. Everyone does it. Do something for yourself, for your family. Be something worthwhile. Your family is counting on it. Your tribe is counting on it. This is the PNW YouTube channel or wherever this is getting posted.
Are we gonna kiss now?
I
can't cut it right
see me loving
And nobody but you for all my life.
That's where you cut it. No, you have to have it cut when I'm in the heel click. Have it cut.
Yeah, freeze frame.
Yep. That's how I want it to end.
All right. So that's how it ends.
Yes. No, that was very schizo-rant.